Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
Alright, so now, certainly last, but certainly not least, we have the topic of the show, essentially, which was a little Nintendo Direct. They had a little announcement, a few games there, a few games, and then yeah, we'll go over them. We'll spitfire most of these out here. We'll mostly talk about the ones we really care about here. So yeah, so Nintendo Direct, they started off with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is the DLC. It's coming out summer of 2022. I never played Rise personally. I played Monster Hunter World, not Rise. I don't know if you've played any, or does this speak to you in any way?
I've always wanted to like Monster Hunter, and it just never got its hooks in me. I've given it multiple tries, and I'm like, just not for me.
Right. And I've tried it. I've had it on PSP. I've had Freedom Unite. I've tried Monster Hunter World. I like it. I don't think it's bad. I just don't know if I would really want to play on my Switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Monster Hunter Rise looks kind of cool, but the graphics look a little... After playing Monster Hunter World, like on PS4, for example, and going to this, it just doesn't look the same. You know?
Yeah.
But then they had Mario Party Superstars. They announced it. Well, I guess they said you'll get 5 boards from the N64 Mario Party games. Comes out October 29th. Chris, you a fan of Mario Party at all?
Yeah, I think who isn't a fan of Mario Party? It's such a good time game. Like,
I'm not a big fan of Mario Party. I'll be honest with you.
well, how are you not a fan of Mario Party?
I feel like it's just a bunch of mini games, and I know it's like, I guess you gotta have people to play it. Like, that was my whole thing. I never really had a group of people to play Mario Party with.
Oh, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, so it's just like,
problem.
that's what it is. So it's just like, dude, like, and even then, it's just like there's just a bunch of little cheap mini games. I just don't care for it. It's so funny. I got a story here real quick here. I remember, I forgot what game I was trying to pick up, and I remember going to GameStop. This dude ate the red light, right? He made a U-turn at a game to go to GameStop, and he ate the red light completely. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this man's problem? All right, so then I waited for the green light. I happened to be behind this gentleman, and I made it into the same GameStop. When I went to go see what he was getting so desperately, it was Super Mario Party on the Switch. I was in there just to look around, and that blew my mind. I'm like, dude, you ran a red light just to get Super Mario Party on the Switch? Like, what? I don't know. It did not compute. Did not compute.
Bro, you're a crazy person.
Dude, there's so many.
Party.
You could play so many
Mario
better
Party
games with parties.
No.
Yes.
Man, there's a charm to it. It's fun. You get to pick your character. You're like, okay, now we're on the same team. And then you laugh, and then it's like almost the fun that they're like, oh, you get the secret star for being the worst, and then you win. And then the thing is, you get mad, right? But when it happens to you, you're like, how incredibly fair. And then you just get to brag to all your friends who are like, what's happening?
That's another thing. Some of the Mario parties, when you're doing the worst, they'll give you these little buffers, like the dice rolls. They'll make it better for you. It's just so cheap, dude. That game sucks. I'm sorry, it sucks.
That game is awesome.
It's
that
trash.
Game is not, like, you're crazy,
Man.
Just because you're a loser with no friends, bro.
It's like, dude, I'll play online, guys.
Hey everyone.
Like,
Hey everyone, laugh at Liquid, he's a loser with no friends. What, everyone, look at the loser.
Alright, we're moving on, dude. I'm getting rid of Mario Party. Next we had something that I thought it just looked completely unnecessary. I could care less about. Voice of Cards, the Isle Dragon Roars. One hell of a title. Somebody need to tell Square Enix, because I believe that's who makes this game. Dude, these titles are getting out of hand. You gotta do something with these titles, dude.
Can I tell you, this trailer took me through a myriad of emotions, because I was like, what the hell is happening? But by the end of it, I was intrigued.
Really? Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm like, everything's a card, the whole world. I'm like,
yeah,
like this is it's charming.
Right.
I'm like, man, this is a great game on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a card-based RPG. It comes out October 28th. The demo's out now, so people can try it, for free. So hey, there you go. Next on the list, Disco Elysium. This game's been out before on other systems here. I guess it's finally coming to the Switch. It's essentially a detective thriller. It's about a murder investigation. Oddly enough, it's a little strange because the digital version comes out on October 12th, and then you get a physical version that comes out early 2022.
I wonder if it's a Ovid thing.
Could be. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
So, by my understanding, and listening to other podcasts, I listened to Colin's Last Stand. Apparently, that development studio, I guess, has a portrait like Stalin in their development studio. Yeah, I don't know what the situation is there, but apparently the game's good. Apparently a lot of people like this game. So,
Ivan, friend of the show, he played it. He was loving it.
Yeah, a lot of people like this guy. I hear nothing but good things about that game, so I might have to give it a shot. Next was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass Wave 2 Guardian of Remembrance. Holy hell, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, that is awesome.
Talk about a mouthful.
Bro, that's insane. And I just love it. They could have been like, hey guys, we need to pull it back. And Nintendo's like, nah, bro,
No.
We're gonna go way forward.
Yeah.
Dude. We're just gonna push it to the limit.
100%. That thing, I heard that, I was like, what are we talking about right now? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna repeat it back one more time just because it blows my mind here. It's a Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass Wave 2 Guardian of Remembrance. Comes out October 29th. So hopefully
Rolls right off of the tongue.
Yeah, I played the first Hyrule Warriors. It was okay. I didn't buy the second one.
Dynasty Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Same team. It's Tecmo Koei. Same people who make the Dynasty Warriors series. Same thing, just reskinned with Link and friends and Zelda characters.
Yeah, it's cool. Zelda's cool. The dude.
Yeah, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have a co-op. One other person, not a party. If you know what I mean.
Can't relate, dog.
Next on the list, Chocobo I was gonna say RPG. Chocobo GP, which is a Final Fantasy-based kart racer, which is exclusive to the Switch. Comes out in 2022. Did you see this?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I was like, man, this looks terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah. This game looks like it'll get boring really fast. I do like the power-ups though. I did like that there's you can get Fire, Fire-Aga. There's different levels, your Final Fantasy. I thought that was kind of cool. It's nice little touch, but I won't be playing the game.
I like how he's like, oh, it get boring real quick. It got boring while I was watching the trailer.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Come on, dog.
Oh man. And then they decided to switch things up a little bit, right? And then you got the announcement of the new character for the Smash Brothers roster. They literally took time to announce a date and time for when the new Smash Brothers character is going to be announced.
They had to. That's all anyone was talking about on Twitter.
I guess it makes sense, sure. But
Master Chief is trending.
I don't.
Master Chief and Waluigi was trending. People are please, for the love of God, let it happen. I'm like, I think it's real good that they did that because I'm like, bro, it was getting away from them.
Yeah, maybe. You could be right. Sure. I mean, I don't see why they couldn't just say something early, hey guys, we're not gonna announce a character here, but we're gonna be releasing. We're gonna talk about something, or something set people up. But regardless, I put down it's October 5th is when the character is gonna be revealed. 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm still hoping it's that link that we don't know about yet. My little, but I know the odds are against me.
Master Chief, baby. It's Master Chief, baby.
There you go, Master Chief. All right, we have our guesses are in. We're locked in.
Hey, man. You should probably get a reaction from us, so you'll get to see us react to it.
Okay. Oh yeah. I can't wait for that. Next on the list, we had Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I put down it's Kirby meets Last of Us. It's a 3D platformer coming out spring of 2022.
I've been working on this.
Oh, please.
Kirby, you're on mighty thin ice. That's my Joel.
Yeah, I could tell. It's Joel. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those who don't know, it seems like it's a 3D platformer. It's a Kirby game. Kirby games are easy and they're fun. You know, why not? But it looks like it's like a post-apocalyptic world, which is a little dark in the Kirby universe. Those are kind of weird, but I dig it. I want to play it.
Dude, you know what? Like I've always wanted to play a Kirby game, and I think this might be it. I
This is
think
the
if
one.
there's like a little lull when like I think this is a great Switch like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just one of these. And I'm here for it. Sorry for talking away from the mic.
But
yeah, just like on the bed, relaxing, playing Kirby. You giving people the old second blow.
I played Superstar Allies, which is the last Kirby game. That was okay. I liked it. It was on the Switch too. You know. Then next we've got well, it was Animal Crossing. They're going to be coming out with an update soon, or at least a direct specifically, and it's going to bring up. We found out it's going to be Brewster the Pigeon. For those who don't know, Brewster is a barista that runs a cafe called The Roost. Comes out in we're going to hear about it in October. So yeah, Brewster the Pigeon, man. Brewster the barista.
Hey, I thought they gave up on the game already, so good on them.
Me too. I thought they were done with updates. I thought they even said that. I thought I heard that somewhere, and they came up with this out of nowhere.
Well, the thing is, we're starting to see the commitment to Nintendo's version of online.
That is okay. That's a great point. I didn't think about that. Sure. Then we got Mario Golf Super Rush. It's getting its second free update. It's out now. It's gonna bring you Koopa Troopa. It's gonna bring you Ninja, and 2 more courses.
Great.
Yeah.
It desperately needs content.
It does. Right. And so, part of me wonders, was this just the plan? Like, hey, let's take out some content and just release it as free updates. Do you think that had anything to do with it?
Look, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but I just love the jaded part of your brain because, like, they had it done the whole time. It was just like it could have just not been finished. Like, yeah, we got time. Let's just do it later. That's what I would think, but that's the Liquid being pessimistic and me being optimistic.
Yeah, that's where my mind went. Well, okay. Then next on the list, this one actually I was excited for. Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition. It's a 3DS port, comes to the Switch, comes with all the DLC included this holiday. Chris, you gotta be excited for this.
I hope you're being sarcastic, dog.
Bro, you create your character, you meet Disney people.
Bro, the thing is, they're like, get the invitation, and I was like,
Smash.
I was like, Sora for Smash? And I was like, good thing they made the announcement before. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh man, imagine if they didn't do that and you heard an invitation and it was Square Enix characters with Disney people. You would have thought it was Sora.
Right.
You'd be like, oh.
No, I thought the same exact thing.
Josh's mind would have blown asunder.
I thought the exact same thing. Like, wow, this is wild. Okay. Because yeah, they specifically said invitation, and yeah, everyone knows when Nintendo talks about anything invitation related, it's Smash Brothers. That's what you talk about. You've been invited to Smash.
Yeah, everyone wants to be invited to Smash.
Yeah, let's go, bro. Send out the Smash invites. All right, and then we get a KOTOR port. For those who don't know, that's Knights of the Old Republic. Comes out November 11th. I think this is cool. I wouldn't buy it just because we know there's a remake on its way. Granted, it's not coming for another 3 to 5 years probably, but it's on its way. So why?
Yeah, if you're like Liquid who hasn't played it, then you can wait. That's what you said that's what Liquid said the other day.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
I own the game on PC. Still haven't played it.
I've always wanted to try it, but never gonna. Oh, maybe when it comes out.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, sure.
The thing is, when I get sucked into Star Wars Vortex, I get sucked in.
Oh yeah, that Vortex runs deep.
You really do, fam. It really do. Like a Sarlacc pet.
Then yeah, they had a trailer. This was actually announcing 2 games. It's Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. Dying Light 1 is going to be a port that's going to be coming out on October 19th. Then Dying Light 2 Cloud version is coming out on February 4th, 2022. Does this do anything for you, Chris?
Not at all.
Yeah, same here. Techland.
I don't know.
I think it's a great game. I've tried the game out before on PS4, I think. And it was fun. but I don't really care for it. I especially don't care about playing a cloud version.
Oh yeah, because no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
This didn't do anything for me. I was watching it and I was just so like, why is this happening still?
Yeah, it was a little weird. Then we got Triangle Strategy. It's a Square Enix game. It's a turn-based, also grid-based strategy game, kind of like a Final Fantasy Tactics. It uses that 3D 2.5 HD kind of like what we saw with Octopath Traveler, that sort of art style. It looks nice. It looks very pretty. It pops, but yeah, I don't know if I'll be playing this because granted, this game's probably gonna be several hours long. I might try it, but I'll be honest, I'll probably wait till it comes to Game Pass. Octopath Traveler came to Game Pass. I don't see why this wouldn't.
Yeah, it was cool but very forgettable in the grand scheme of the showcase.
Right.
I thought it was like, man, this would be cool. I'm like, just not here.
Yeah. And then to close that portion of it, Metroid Dread, October 8th. We know it's coming out October 8th. We've seen enough of it.
Okay.
Oh, you got...
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
How do you feel about Metroid Dread?
Okay,
now?
So I want to play it, but I'm looking at the games that are coming out, like when you look at the list, and Metroid Dread is kind of slowly keeps getting pushed down and down, like down that list for me. I'll probably end up buying it when it comes out, and then I'll probably end up playing it like just like an hour or two, like on the couch or in bed before I go to sleep, like after I'm done playing the real games on my consoles. Dude, that's but yeah, after I'm done playing the games that I really want to play, Metroid Dread will probably be the one that I just calm the day down with. That'll be the end of the day.
There has been nothing about this game that makes me want to buy this game. It looks so generic. The more I see it, the more I am unimpressed.
It's
like if it was for it coming with the OLED,
right,
I think this game would be so dead on arrival, dude.
Oh, you're probably right. I think the OLED is probably the main reason why this game's being put on, just because so that way they could try to push a little more sales. I do like the Metroid series. I'm not like crazy for it, but I do enjoy it every now and then. But yeah, this game, it does look bland. It doesn't look too exciting. It doesn't look like, oh man, I really can't wait. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's just a time consumer. That's really what it's gonna do. It's gonna just pass time. That's really what I'm gonna use it for.
It'd be a great game in 2007.
Yeah. All right. So then now after that, which was the Metroid Dread, then they announced something that I've gotten really excited for here. That was the Nintendo Switch Online update. So there's going to be a new expansion pack. It's going to include N64 titles. For those who don't know, that's Nintendo 64 to be exact. Along with Sega Genesis titles. It's coming out late October. No price announced. But yeah, what does that do for you? Does that do anything for you? Do you play these games, these old games?
Not really. I'd play like maybe one or two of them.
Okay.
That would be it. But the thing about this, when you told me about it, Liquid,
yeah,
all I could think about was the Nvidia leaks.
Okay.
About how they were, tooling around with some stuff online. And then we have this thing online. And I'm like, did Nvidia know something? Or do they know something way in the Nintendo's like ethos that's not a full light yet, but this is just the beginning, the edge, the crest of what's to come.
Yeah.
And so it really makes me think, and of course Nintendo is gonna Nintendo it out, put their feelers out first.
Sure.
But I'm like, is this the beginning, like I said before, of Nintendo trying to be more trying to catch up?
Sure. I disagree. I don't think so. Oh no, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. It's just like I just feel like this is just their their online strategy. When it comes to their first party IP, they're very weird when it comes to this stuff, And I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I think it's a great idea. I didn't even think about putting them together, like the whole Nvidia leaks that came out last week, I would say. And then this, sure. I mean, maybe there might be something there. I don't know. I just feel like knowing Nintendo for as long as we have, I just don't. They're so weird when it comes to a lot of this stuff. They treat their IP as gold, which you should. If you created something, sure, you do whatever you want. It's your IP, whatever. But if I may, I want to go down the list of these games here just to give people an idea of what we're going to be expecting. So on the Nintendo 64 front, we already know that we're getting Super Mario 64, we're getting Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64. We've got Yoshi's Story. We're gonna get The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. We're getting a game called Winback. Never played it. Looks like a very generic Metal Gear. Doesn't even come close. Which wasn't, but it wasn't exclusive for N64. We're getting Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and then we're getting what was it? Sin and Punishment. That was the last one. And then they said there was going to be some more on the horizon. Those are what's going to be coming out at launch. And then eventually we're also going to be getting Majora's Mask, F-Zero X, Mario Golf, Pokemon Snap, Kirby 64, Paper Mario, and Banjo-Kazooie. Now this is what piqued my interest. I remember I told you off the air here, is that Banjo-Kazooie essentially is now a Rare property which belongs to Xbox. So the fact, I would think they would have to talk to Microsoft in some way, shape, or form to get this game on there. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a professional as far as like when it comes to like these legal issues or what's what, who belongs to who. But as far as I can tell, Banjo-Kazooie belongs to Microsoft now. It was on their Rare Replay collection, which had several Rare games. And yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what this is.
Look, it's easy. Master Chief confirmed for Smash. Super easy. We find out the clues are there, bro. You're wrong about the Nvidia. You're wrong about this. I'm here to set it straight. All right. Like it's just so obvious, Liquid.
Okay.
It's gonna happen.
Dude, you know what's funny? I hope you're right, so that way when it happens, I'm like, holy crap! Like we can go back to this. Like, what the hell?
Bro, that would be so tight.
That would be so wild, dude.
Bro, but you could tell. I know Xbox has actively tried speaking to Nintendo.
Right.
So it's just like maybe this is Xbox trying to bridge that gap because they know the Japanese market is so resistant to them, even though they're opening up like Era 4. But it's always one of your offline quote where you use like, hey, I'm like, oh yeah, Xbox is selling more. It's like, well, if you sell 4 and because you only sold 2, then I guess you would be selling more.
Right.
So if you could get Nintendo to help you, like, hey, like the cool guy of the party is like, hey, he's all right.
Yeah. And then everybody else.
Then maybe that can happen.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Hey, Nintendo, if you say Xbox is okay, he's okay, and he's just some nerdy kid. He's cool in his circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But not so much over here with the Luigis and the plumbers.
Right. The plumber brothers. And yeah, no, and maybe we'll hear something TGS. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something. We'll keep our eyes open. Now to go on to the Genesis things here. So Sega Genesis, they announced Castlevania Bloodlines, Phantasy Star 4, Contra Hard Corps, Rise Star, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Time Machine, or is it? No, I'm sorry, it's just Mean Bean Machine. I don't know. I'm thinking Time Machine. I'm thinking of our content. You know how it is. It just consumes my life. Shining Force, Echo the Dolphin, Shinobi 3, Golden Axe, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, Gunstar Heroes, one of my favorite games of all time, Musha, and Strider. It's a solid list.
And when you go when you put them next to each other, Sega versus Nintendo, you're like, oh man, and there were people that were Sega kids. Dang, bro, you lived a hard life. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't mean that.
Well, no, it's okay because we're stacking Sega Genesis versus N64. I'm gonna say it's not fair, Chris. All right, I'm gonna say it's not fair.
I'm gonna say it's not fair either.
Oh my god, dude, that's too good. But to go along with that, I want to let people know also, just like they did with the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, you can get your controllers or Joy-Con controllers for Sega Genesis and N64. They're wireless. That way you could play these games the way they're meant to be played. with a good old classic Sega Genesis controller.
Well, the N64 Sega, those are terrible controllers.
They're not the best. That Trident controller from N64 that had the D-pad that was never used.
Because people were excited on Twitter about it, dude. It was like, you poor idiot. You don't know how terrible the controller is. I'm like, you never played Mario Snap. And I'm not gonna say why I put my hand up like this, or like, but just you know.
Yeah. Speaking of Mario Party.
Did Mario Party? Yeah, Mario Party and Pokemon Stadium. Just know with me putting my hand up like this, if you know. No.
Yeah, and if you don't know, just Google Mario Party glove. You'll get everything you need to hear. You'll get everything you need to hear. Let me make sure Mario Party glove actually. Okay, good. Just Google those images. You'll get something. I just want to make sure it doesn't take anybody anywhere wrong. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. All right. So let's continue with the list here. So then we got some. I think this is the better half of the list in my opinion here. We got Castlevania the Advance Collection. For those who don't know, it's the Game Boy Advance Collection of Castlevania games, coming along with new concept art. They're going to have the regional releases, so you get Europe, Asia, and American markets there, and you get a rewind feature. I think those are pretty cool for these hard-ass games, especially when you're someone like me who doesn't have enough time to kind of run through these games like he used to. The rewind feature sometimes becomes a good thing, so I'm all for this.
I thought it was super cool. Already out. So if you hear Castlevania and you're like, dude, this is right up my alley. I saw the show. I heard the writing wasn't that good, but you know what? I want to check out the games.
Yeah, why not? Check it out.
Yeah.
Also, ActRaiser HD Remaster also out now. That game, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I just love the soundtrack of that game. That game is a great soundtrack.
When you were geeking out with Joshua earlier, I'm like, look, the only two nerds excited for this. I'm like, and the only other, it's funny because you're the nerds who like this, and in other nerd groups, there's the nerds who are like, oh my god, this game, and the rest of us are like, I have no idea what this is.
But
I had the feeling that I was meant to be excited about. You know, they're showing me like, and I'm like, it's like when your grandma sends you, like, gives you a gift, and she expects you to be like, oh my god, and you're like, I don't know what this is.
I got you.
It means a lot to you, and I'm not a terrible child.
It's a good game. I guess it's kind of rare. I don't know how much it goes for, but all I know is that Yuzo Koshiro does the music. For those who don't know, he did the music for Streets of Rage. He's a phenomenal composer when it comes to like these old like chip tune or just music in general. He also does like Maximum Tune, stuff like that. So if you're a fan of Maximum Tune in the arcade racer, oh yeah, that's your boy Yuzo Koshiro. Check him out.
Not bad. All right.
After that, we got Deltarune, I believe, which is like another chapter for Undertale, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
It's a free update. You get chapters 1 and 2. It's out now. I'll be honest with you. This might be a hot take. I don't like Undertale. I know a lot of people like Undertale. I don't. I think it sucks.
Liquid.
Yeah.
First of all, I can't stress enough that Liquid does not share the opinion of everyone of the microtransaction. His opinions are on his own.
It's a
it
shared
cannot
opinion.
be held in the court of law, okay? And inside a shared opinion, I don't want to die. But people love that game, like,
I know.
way too much.
Right. Way too much. Exactly. Way too much. I played it. Maybe I wasn't in the right mindset when I played it, but I just didn't like it. It didn't speak with me.
You know what's funny? I stopped playing it because I felt like I feel like I was trying to force it.
Right.
And then I was just like, well, I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna play this game, and it's gonna be like, wow, this is awesome. Not just, but I'm waiting for that moment in time.
Like
because it's on Game Pass.
Oh, is it? Okay, that's cool. You see, I actually paid for it. You know what I'm saying? It was on sale one day. I paid for it. I think on the Vita, and I played it. And like I was like, okay, this is okay, I guess. Like I don't see what the big deal is. And then there's like the goat mother who was just like, you can't go out there because there's monsters out there.
Whoa. Be careful with spoilers.
Damn it. All right, I was gonna say I had a thing.
I know where you were going. I know where you were going.
Stupid bitch. All right, let's continue. So then they announced Mario movie. All right, Mario's coming out with a movie. It's going to be with Illumination Studios. It's going to be released December 21st, 2022, specifically for the US. They said Japanese release dates and I think Europe is going to be announced later. And I'm like, oh, you know why? Because you know damn well where that Hollywood money is, and it's right here in the United States of America. So you know where to put that date at.
Yes. Hey,
Dude,
baby.
I thought it was so funny because I'm just like, dude, because like Nintendo's obviously they're a Japanese company, but like even though the United States spends more money on video games than Japan does, they do. That's essentially that's true. But Nintendo still stays traditional to that Japanese market, and they still give them, you know, like benefit, like all the like, you know, like some of the cool stuff. You know, PlayStation is sort of geared towards American market now. I don't. They kind of spread a little more that way. But Nintendo,
they like money.
Yeah, exactly. They decided, hey, money actually helps us in the long run, and yeah, they decided to go that route. So the fact that I saw this, I'm just like, Nintendo, like you're finally doing it. And then they announced some.
Hold on. You're not gonna just.
I was gonna go down the cast.
Oh, you're moving on. Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, you got okay.
No. We're gonna talk about the cast. So yeah, so they announced the cast. That was the kind of the big reveal of this portion of the show, which was they had Mario as Chris Pratt. You know, he's gonna be a more talkative Mario. That's fun.
I love how divisive the internet is on this alone.
Why is that?
People are like Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
People, so it's funny because like people want like, why can't you just get an Italian guy? And then other people are like how are you gonna do this with Danny DeVito right there?
Like if you said Charles Martinet, like the original, like the guy who does the mumbles for Mario, that I'd get that. Which they talked about him as well. But Danny DeVito, really, like.
So someone said, "Hey, Danny DeVito," but I gotta say, I don't hate it.
No, me neither. I don't hate it.
I'm excited to see what he does.
Okay.
And I like how he hasn't said anything.
No.
Because he knows he has to like let the nerd rage pass.
I was shocked more than anything. I didn't hate it.
Me too.
And it's so funny because going back to Danny DeVito, because like people said the same thing about Detective Pikachu. They wanted Pikachu to be Danny DeVito's voice, and it's like, dude, like what? People just want Danny DeVito. That's just all it is. They just want Danny DeVito as a character. That's all they want.
He has such a good voice, man.
Yeah. We got Anya. What's her name? Taylor-Joy, if I'm not mistaken. She's playing Peach. We got
chick from the chess movie.
From the chess show. What's the show called? Queen's Gambit. It's a good show.
It is that the main girl, just in case, because she's on the come up. She's had one big, like I guess, season.
Yeah.
But on this cast, I would say that she's the unknown, really.
Yeah. Sure. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I'd agree. Then we got Charlie Day as Luigi. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm excited because Charlie Day only does Charlie Day. He's only ever just him.
Right.
Everything he does, and I'm like, that's gonna be in Luigi form. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for it. I'm so here for it, dude.
Then we got Jack Black as Bowser.
I love Jack Black. I'm like, it takes a lot for me to hate anything Jack Black does, so I'm here for it.
Now, everyone who doesn't know, maybe a hot take. I'm not a huge Jack Black fan. But honestly, him as Bowser, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that could be really good, actually.
And he's a phenomenal actor.
Oh, I'm a phenomenal actor. That's okay. We got Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, which
amazing.
We've seen him in Toy Story 4 as a stuffed animal. I think that same energy, that same sort of character is going to be with Toad, and I'm here for that part. I think that's going to be hilarious. And then closing it out, we got Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
I can't wait to hear that laugh come through Donkey Kong.
Dude,
like,
same.
The thing that worries me about this is last time I saw a list like this for a cast from an animated movie was the Lion King movie.
The live action one?
Yes. And I'm like, okay, hey, the cast is solid. This has to be good. It wasn't that good.
No.
And so it kind of worries me, but I'm like the actors are really good in this movie.
Right.
So I'm like, it's what were we talking about? We were talking about line delivery. I think on the extra episode that just came out for free. That's why it's so fresh in my head. But like sometimes like the acting, or like things are poorly written, but they're said well. So
Okay.
I think were we talking? Yeah. So I think at worst case scenario, that's how it's gonna be. You're gonna have like poorly written things said very well.
Okay, and good. That's fine. Well, hopefully they nail it. I'm hoping the writing stays strong because I think with this cast, I think it could make for a great movie. All right, and then the last two things on the list here. So we got Splatoon 3. It was a gameplay trailer. No date, but a gameplay trailer. Does this do anything for you?
Apparently this is what Sony did, and it's like, wait, we can just put out for trailers and we don't have to tell anybody when things come out. They're like, nah, and like, great, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
People were so excited. The music slaps.
Oh, it always does. I think Splatoon does great with the music.
And it always reminds me when I was Lyft driving and I picked up a girl, and she was traveling across America to visit her Splatoon clan.
Wow, that blows my mind.
And I was like, good for you. So honestly, this Splatoon game I'm probably gonna buy because of her.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, if you got part of this community and it made you want to travel America, then I'll drop some money on it.
Well, hey, if you'll get it, I'll get it. We can Splatoon together. I played a lot of Splatoon 2, surprisingly. I played through the whole story, and I played a little bit of online as well. It's just playing by yourself kind of sucks, Mario Party. But but no, hey, that's cool. I'm down to try it if you get it, especially now that we could use Bluetooth headsets without needing an extra adapter. It's now supported.
I wonder if this will work on the Switch.
I don't
Bluetooth.
Yeah, I don't see why not. If it's Bluetooth, yeah. Give it a shot.
Man.
Let us know. Follow up with us. Let us know.
Remind me, because I think that'd be fun. I'm like, oh, what peripherals do I use on my Nintendo Switch? Xbox. That's what she confirmed.
Yeah, sure. And then last but not least, we've got Bayonetta 3 with a release date of 2022. Chris, you saw the trailer. What did you think?
That poor Switch.
It's going to explode.
Gonna chug so hard.
Right.
And you could tell they were they're trying their best to honor Bayonetta 2 and be like, hey, look how cool things look. They're a little different. That's because time has passed, I guess, from the second game to the third game. I've never played a Bayonetta game. I just know people like the character Bayonetta. I know that she was god tier in Smash, on the Wii U or something.
Okay.
But I thought it looked pretty meh.
Same.
I thought it was a weak ending for the show. I was happy for people that are excited for this, but I think it didn't present well.
Right, I agree. I think I completely agree. I think it was very bland. It was very just a little. It just didn't carry the weight that the rest of the show did. It didn't close great. I felt like the graphics kind of looked bland, which is kind of what you're gonna get. I like Bayonetta. I liked part 2. I enjoyed it for the Wii U. Even I beat it. I do plan on still getting this, but yeah, it didn't close as strong as I would like to. I would have hoped, but I don't know. We'll see. I think it looks pretty as far as when she's doing her little action scenes, and it looks like it from what we saw. Obviously, they're gonna show us the greatest part of it. It runs well, but yeah, we'll see what happens when that Switch when we put it into the Switch, if it explodes our systems or not.
Yeah, it's definitely there's no way this thing doesn't chug.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we're gonna see some frames dropping when we boot it up a little bit. When you see a lot of characters on the screen, I'm sure we'll see it chug along.
Yeah, and it's just I hope for the people that made this game that it's as good as they want it to be, and they're not limited by the Switch, but we are coming towards the point where the Switch's limitations are starting to be felt.
Right. Sure. Hopefully they come up with that Switch Pro sooner or later.